Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Peters and this is another week of the Real Women of Philadelphia contest. Now today I am dying for some Indian food. However, it's too nice of a day for me to drive clear across town to get to my favorite Indian takeout place. It's probably a good, 20-30 minutes away, and I don't want to waste all that time in the car. So I have the perfect recipe to make some vegetable samosas and whip them up in minutes. So let's get in the kitchen. So my vegetable samosas today are not going to be your typical samosa. They're going to be really creamy inside from the Philadelphia cream cheese, and it's just going to add to this flavor and make it a wonderful dish. Now this might look like a lot of ingredients, but it's really not, and it's going to be a very simple process. So let's head over to the frying pan because we're going to start to cook down some onions. So first up, we're going to be melting down some butter over medium-high heat to start frying down one diced onion. So I'm almost ready to start adding my seasonings, but before I do that, I'm going to stir in one diced jalapeno and cook that down along with the onions. Okay, now to add in some really great flavors. I have 2 garlic cloves minced and about half a tablespoon of minced ginger. I have half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of curry powder, half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to be stirring these in here. I also have coriander, about a quarter teaspoon of that, and a quarter teaspoon of my garam masala, which I've used already before, and I told you a little bit about this, that you can find it in your seasoning section. It's a great seasoning. It has little hints of cinnamon in it. Really nice. Okay, now to add 4 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese and just melt this right into the onion mixture here. All right, and I have 1 diced tomato, 1 big tomato, that I'm going to cook down in here for probably about a minute or so just to get it nice and softened. As you can see, this great cream cheese in there is looking fabulous. Nice, flavorful, fragrant combination here. I have 1 cup of frozen peas thawed. I'll mix in there also. Bring this all together. And I have already some pre-cooked potatoes here, so you could definitely boil these till about fork tender, and then just using a fork, just lightly mash them a little bit. You want a few chunks in there to get some good potato substance in your mixture, but you don't want them too soft so that they are more like mashed potatoes in. You want a little bit of chunk in there, but I had some leftover baked potatoes. So I'm going to stir in these along with 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. Really nice. And now I'll stir in my potatoes. All right, so there's my potato mixture all come together, and I have to say it smells absolutely amazing in here. And this is going to be so tasty and so yummy. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I have about 2 tablespoons worth of my filling that I'm going to fill into my puff pastry. So I've cut my 1 sheet of puff pastry into 4 squares, and on a floured surface too, just to make sure that it's not going to stick. And then I'm just reaching one corner over to the other to kind of form a nice shaped triangle, just as so. All right, and then on my parchment lined sheet, I am going to put on my egg wash. So that's just 1 egg that I've beaten, and this is going to make my pastry nice and golden. So these are going to be absolutely fantastic. And when I'm all done, I'll end up having 8 triangles, 8 samosas, and they're going to bake in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. And these look fantastic, fresh out of the oven. I am so excited because these are going to perfectly satisfy my craving. So I'm just going to set them on a plate, and then I'll show you when they're all done. And there's my vegetable samosas, plated and garnished with a little bit of cilantro. Now for dinner tonight, I also have some tikka masala chicken that I've marinated, and that's on the barbecue, and this is going to just be the perfect Indian dinner and so tasty. All right, so I'm going to quickly have a little taste for myself. Delicious flavors, wonderful and creamy, and a nice flaky pastry on the outside. These are perfect, and I know you're going to love them, so I hope you try them at home too.